we go. Unless the battery died. It's on right now anyway.
It looks like the other person went west. So we got the lake to ourselves, not a track out there.
I see that. Which is good news and bad news. We're breaking trails.
Oh, yeah. On the morning of January 22nd, 2021, Bryan Johnson, aka MNMostly, and I set out on a 2-night winter camping trip in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area of northern Minnesota. The temperature was a brisk 5 below zero Fahrenheit as we headed out. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot of wind. The snow wasn't as deep as it should have been, but was light and powdery, with very little sign that anyone else had been through recently, making the going tough as we snowshoed in, towing our pulks behind us. The good news was that we wouldn't have far to go to get away from other people. Well, this is a canoe campsite on Lake 1. We're kind of on a back bay that we're checking out, see if it's going to work for us or not. Biggest problem is getting up into it. Bryan's already up there. He broke the trail. Well, this part is kind of tricky.
So you might not want to go up the way I did.
Well, is there another way up?
No, it's pretty much back around through the woods might be better, but I got up there.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens.
It was the famous last word.
Yep. Hey, watch this. Oh, nice view from up here.
Gorgeous campsite.
Yeah.
In the summer, this was beautiful. Also.
Wow. Kitchen area here. Find spaces for 2 tents. Wonder if coming up this side would be any easier.
The site for one tent here. We're kind of exposed to that south wind we're supposed to get. Wow. Not seeing, unless there's something back in the woods, I'm not seeing any place for another tent.
This tent pad right here.
Yep. Like I said, kind of exposed to that south wind we're supposed to get, is the only thing. But I'm only seeing the one tent pad.
That's the train trail. Somebody was here before.
Yeah, I see that. There's tracks there.
There's ski tracks out there, so maybe call nature, huh?
Deciding that it would be best for us to camp on a bench of land by the campsite but closer to the lake, we each started preparing a space for our respective tents. The Forest Service actually prefers that winter campers not use the canoe campsites to minimize wear and tear. After setting up our tents, we set out to gather wood. Completing that task, we were treated to a spectacular pre-sunset show before a dark cloud bank brought the curtain down. It was time to fire up the wood stove in Bryan's tent.
So here's my tent all set up. The lake. We just treated it as some, not really a sunrise, a sunset, but really nice sun display as it was going down behind those clouds over there. This is Bryan's setup over here. He has his teepee, and he's outfitted with a wood stove. So this is where we're going to congregate tonight and cook and stuff, heat water, boil water, stuff like that. So we got a supply of wood in, and yeah, again, here's the view of the lake from his tent. So did you find some birch bark?
Yep.
Alright, we should have a fire going pretty soon here then.
Some little sticks in there. Gloves are wet.
Welcome to day 2 of our trip. Got a little dusting of snow overnight. Not much. A few flurries. Bryan's got a fire going already. Got the stove going. Morning, Bryan.
Morning.
Right on cue.
Maybe Mock survived the night, huh?
Yeah, I survived the night. Started waking up about 6 o'clock or so, kept getting a little bit chilly. Not dangerously chilly, but you know, just enough that I couldn't sleep real well.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
And
I had rain in my tent.
oh, uh-oh, that's not good.
Well, it's drying out now.
Okay.
A little bit of water cooking here.
That,
Careful, it's a little bit hot in here.
okay.
A little enticement to bring in, huh?
That sounds good. I'll just know to shut the camera off before I go in, before it fogs up. Yeah, it's snowing a little bit harder out here now. As you can see, kind of pretty. After being in that hot tent for a while, it's awfully cold out here. And yeah, look at that! Isn't that pretty? Snow falling. You can see how much is already accumulated on my tent here. Of course, we had flurries overnight, accumulated a little bit, but it's snowing a lot more now. Winter Wonderland. So we're on a day hike right now. It's afternoon. We had lunch in the tent, in the hot tent. One of the problems with a hot tent is you get too comfortable. You don't want to go out anywhere. But we forced ourselves to go out on a little day hike here. Explore the east end of our Lake One Bay a little bit. And maybe check out the channel between Lake One and Lake Two. It's over here. There's a old dam up in there, so it's not advisable for taking canoe through. But there are I guess there is a bit of a portage in there, but I've heard it's a pretty bad one. I guess Brian's going up the hill to see what kind of view he can get from up there. This is actually an island over here that's close to our campsite. Just checking the whole thing out. Temperature's supposed to be in the teens today. As you can see, there's a little bit of, there's a little bit of snow flurry action going on. Supposed to get more serious later on today. And not supposed to get real cold tonight, down to about 13 or something like that. And then tomorrow, supposed to be in the teens again, and cloudy. About 2 inches of snow tonight, sounds like. Well, there's the start of the passage up to Lake 2. There's a lot of open water there, so I don't know how close we're going to get. Should have brought a canoe along. It's actually, I don't know if you can hear the splashing of the water coming down through the chute there. We got an otter hole down here. If you look, pretty much camera center right now, there's a little batch of blood. So my guess is that the otter brought a fish up and had his fish dinner. And just a moment ago there was something that splashed in here. I didn't see it. It might have been the otter, surprised by seeing us here, and disappeared.
Gingerly giving the open water a wide berth, we moved to the other side to see if we could get upstream. We managed to get a few photos of the rapids at the mouth of the stream, but it was too rugged to get very far.
Well, I almost lost all my video, or half my video, as well as my camera. We were heading back from the waterfall, if you want to call it that, and I was carrying the camera back in my hand. I'm using these gloves, which don't have a lot of, or mittens I guess, which don't have a lot of dexterity, and I guess the camera fell right out of my mitten, and I didn't even notice. So I had to walk all the way back. It's quite a ways, quite exhausting walking with snowshoes. But I found it. It was pretty well buried in the snow, so not as visible as I thought it was going to be. I was lucky, kind of lucky I found it. I just saw a little outline of black in the snow. I dug down and there it was. So now I have to trudge all the way back to camp. I was already tired just from doing the hike that we did. Well, meanwhile, Brian's back near camp, finding some wood. So I got out of that chore. I think I would have preferred to get the wood, to tell you the truth. Trudging all the way back along here. Anyway, Maybe I'll get back in time to help him if I still have any energy left. Snow's not real deep. Not as deep as it could be, that's for sure. But it's still a lot of work snowshoeing across it. As you can see, I think, well, the camera probably makes it look brighter than it is, but it's close to sunset. I'm not sure if it's before or after, but it's close to sunset. Still plenty of light in the sky, of course. Will be for a while. With all the snow, it stays light a long time after sunset. And of course we have these low-lying clouds that actually help the effect at night. Quite the day today, quite the afternoon anyway. So I'm going to quit talking and get walking. It's Sunday morning. Good morning. Yesterday morning, Saturday, I woke up about 6, feeling a little bit chilly, and I know I put my down jacket over my feet and in my sleeping bag, and that seemed to help. Last night it was supposed to be in single digits again, but I woke up a lot earlier. I tried putting that same jacket over my body, but it kept slipping off, so finally I ended up putting my fleece shirt back on, and then I slept okay after that. And then I realized that there's a pair of long johns that I usually bring on these trips. There's quasi long johns that I usually bring on these trips. They use as pajamas, and I didn't bring them this time, so if I'd been wearing those, I probably would have been okay. Original forecast for this morning was that the low was only going to be about 13, but last night they started saying it was going to be like 1 to 3 above or something like that. Anyway, the forecast for tonight is that it's supposed to get down to about 13 to 15 below, somewhere in that range, and the wind is supposed to pick up, so we're considering bailing out today.
It was very windy that morning, but according to the forecast, the winds were due to subside by noon. We took our time with a leisurely breakfast, staying warm inside Bryan's hot tent while the wind kicked up some snow outside. Sure enough, the winds actually did subside, and the skies cleared. We took some time out for photographs before turning our attention to striking camp. We were soon underway, but had fresh, powdery snow to deal with.
I like our shadows here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Slogging back the way we'd come in, I reflected on our trip. Bryan and I had been trying to plan a trip together throughout 2020, whether hiking, canoeing, or just plain camping. But COVID and general life events kept getting in the way. It was fantastic that we were finally able to get together. Due to the cold, we both were plagued with battery issues. Cold fingers handling cold cameras also didn't help us get very much footage. In addition, we spent so much time talking, we often simply forgot to turn on the camera. Overall, it was a very good trip, and Bryan and I hit it off as was expected. I really enjoyed the use of his hot tent for cooking and just sitting around passing the time. I'm looking forward to many more trips together of various types. Yep, a very good trip indeed. Please check out Bryan's channel and his video from the trip. I'll post links in the description.
Yeah, the sun is disappearing behind the trees. We're almost back to the camp, or back to the parking lot. Not sure. Good thing that we didn't leave it any later before leaving. Been a hard trek back. I was expecting to see all kinds of ski tracks and everything from yesterday. There's nothing. Been nobody in here except us this whole time on a weekend. Amazing. Oh, that's fresh.
Yeah, looks like fishermen.
Yeah.
I don't know why the sled is.